Hey, it's Bina. Have you ever had this feeling you're being watched? And when you do look to see who's looking at you, you don't see nothing. But you do see at the corner of your eyes a shadow pass by. Those are what we call shadow beings. They always appear at the corner of our eyes. Or we feel some type of pressure close to us, behind us, as if we can feel the warmth, the energy. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Shadow beings and my own experience with shadow beings throughout my whole life. It all started when I was little. So my earliest memory of shadow beings is when I was around 8, and my family used to live in this house where we had this basement where me and my cousin that was close to age to me, we used to go down there to play. So there's this thing where my cousin technically does, because they know I'm scared of the dark. They would, especially at night when we playing tag or hide and seek, they would run up the stairs, open the door, and close the door and lock it. And I would be stuck down there feeling as if I had something watching me or something behind me. And I would cry my heart out because I was so scared. And looking back, to be honest, what was the lock of the door outside instead of inside? Meaning, like, how come you can lock it from the outside, but from the inside you can't unlock it? To be honest, taking back is, well, that was weird. The way that door was made. Anyway, so yeah, those I would always be scared of it. Sometimes I wonder if I've always been scared of it, and if there was a time when I felt them and I just didn't have any feelings towards it because I didn't have any beliefs behind them, beliefs that as I was growing up, I had beliefs that had come from my family members, where they would tell me about monsters and mostly in the dark, putting those type of fear into me. I feel like kids are not scared of anything. The reason why they become scared of something is by watching the grown-ups, us, how we react to things, for them to understand whether or not they so fear it or not. That ability to do that, to imitate, is a good, but sometimes can be a bad. The good that comes out of it is that they know if there's a poisonous snake, they will back off, or certain places, in that way, it's good that they can meditate and then to be able to survive in this society. But the bad thing is they also take on the fears that I don't think we should be fearing, and when I say that, I really mean shadow beings. I don't think we should be fearing them, because knowing that there's many theories behind shadow beings. Some say they are people from the future, time traveling. There's also some saying it's low entity beings, which I also think isn't worth attention at all, because they're low entity. And what else have I heard? They might be. Oh, another thing people have said they might be. They say shadow beings might actually be representing ourselves, or technically our own fears that we sub to the back of our mind. We don't try to heal them. Those fears become what we call shadows, and shadows of ourselves, shadow beings of our fears, of our anxiety, out of all the negative emotions that we bottle up. And those are those same ones that come to haunt us, whether it's at night and with nightmares, or sleep paralysis, I've learned that once you start not fearing them, and when they do show up, you don't feel anything. Like, for example, nightmares. I used to have certain fears of, all that stuff, of night monsters, but now I don't have the same type of anxiety, fear, and nightmares. So when I see them, I'm not afraid. So technically, it doesn't become a nightmare because I'm not afraid. I don't fear. I don't have the feeling of fear in me while I'm in the dream. So sometimes I decide to continue dreaming and just change the environment, because once you have learned that you can control your dreams, it's the end. It's the end of all nightmares, because once you have control of that, it's done. And sleep paralysis, I remember I used to started having them a lot, and it used to scare me to a point where I went to research about it. And that's the thing about me. Once something happens to me, I go and try to research something similar to it to find out what it was. Like anybody would search Google with it. I googled being paralyzed to the bed and all that stuff while you're dreaming, and that's how I found sleep paralysis. And then it explains how it works. And after knowing the reasons behind it, I became not afraid of it anymore. I don't fear it no more, because once I know about it, once I understand it, the fear is gone. So yeah, so my experience with shadow beings, that, like I said, and that was my past experience with them, like being drunk in the basement, feeling all that type of stuff. But these days, sometimes I would feel certain pressures, feel type of energy close to me or something, and I would know. I don't know what they are really. It could be all what I just explained, what they could be. And to be honest, I do not care. I don't think I care enough. As long as I'm left alone, when I say that I'm left alone. So I do this practice is when it becomes too much, I would say out loud to leave me alone. And usually it will work. And sometimes my cat will scare them away. My cat would just scare them away from me. And yeah, one reason why I used to get a cat. You should check out my video on that one too. I have a video about cats and dogs and having animals that will help you spiritually, and what animals will help you spiritually, what animals will help you spiritually, and what animals will help you in the physical world as well. So yeah, that would be my experience with them. I still to this day, yeah. But I don't really try to focus too much on it, and I don't think you should either. Unless if you need to do your inner work, do shadow work. You might, if it gets too much where you like have anxiety attacks or panic attacks, I think you should start doing shadow work or something, or therapy. Some people feel like it works better when they do it by themselves, doing shadow work by themselves, or sometimes it's better to have somebody else with you to help you through your whatever trauma you might have or fear you might have. You could work it out with a therapy or psychologist, all that stuff. So yeah, that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, if you have your own experience, let me know in the comments below. Well, have a good night. Bye.